My wife got a court order for our safe deposit box. Sure, I'd hidden my inheritance there. It's all mine, she gloated. I just handed her the key. When she opened it, her own lawyer's hand started to tremble. He slammed it shut and hissed, "Don't touch anything." I'm writing this from my home office at 2 a.m. because sleep is impossible right now. My hands are still shaking from what happened at the bank yesterday, and I need to get this all out before I lose my mind. Let me back up and start from the beginning because this story doesn't make sense without understanding how we got here. 2 years ago, my father died quietly in his sleep at 73. No drama, no hospital goodbyes, just the way he would have wanted it. The funeral was small, maybe 20 people total. Dad wasn't the type to collect friends like trading cards. He preferred a tight circle of people he actually respected. I wrote the eulogy myself, kept it simple and honest, talked about how he taught me to value substance over flash, how he built his wealth slowly and carefully, like someone stacking stones into a wall that would last forever. I didn't cry during the service, not because I didn't care, but because I'd learned from him that grief is private, not a performance. My wife Cassandra sat beside me in the front row, wearing a black dress she'd bought specifically for the occasion. At the time, I thought it was thoughtful. Looking back now, I wonder if she was already calculating. The thing about my father's wealth was that it never looked like wealth. He drove a 15-year-old Honda, lived in the same modest house for 40 years, wore shirts until the collars frayed. But underneath that boring exterior was a financial empire built on real estate trusts, offshore holdings, and investments with names like Citron Holdings and Alton Group AG. He never explained the details, just left me a spreadsheet with one locked cell and a handwritten note. Only unlock if they come for you. I didn't touch it, not yet. Didn't even think about it much in those first few weeks. I was too busy sorting through his belongings, answering condolence calls, and trying to figure out what normal looked like without him. Cassandra seemed fine with it all. She didn't ask questions about the estate, didn't suddenly start being extra affectionate or weird, just went about her life. Yoga classes, brunch with friends, scrolling through her phone for hours while I handled the paperwork. Then came the wake. We held it at a restaurant downtown. Nothing fancy, just finger foods and an open bar. Most people had left by the time Cassandra's cousin Dylan showed up. He was already 3 whiskeys deep, stumbling through the door with that glassy-eyed look people get when they're past tipsy but not quite drunk enough to be escorted out. He found me near the dessert table, grabbed my shoulder hard enough to make me wince, and leaned in close. His breath smelled like bourbon and cigarettes. "Your old man was loaded, huh?" he slurred, grinning like we were sharing a secret. "Cassie told me. He had accounts in Switzerland. Maybe the Caymans too. Smart guy. Real smart." I pulled away, trying to keep my voice neutral. "I don't know what you're talking about, Dylan." "Come on, man." He laughed loud enough that a few people turned to look. "Don't play dumb. Everyone knows. That Indonesia fund, the offshore stuff. My uncle worked with your dad back in the day. Said he was a genius at hiding money from the tax man. I should have shut him down harder. Should have walked away. But I was tired and grieving and didn't have the energy to manage a drunk idiot at my father's wake. You should probably get some water," I said instead, steering him toward the bar. But the damage was done. Cassandra had been standing 10 feet away, pretending to look at her phone, but I could tell she'd heard every word. Her eyes had that sharp, focused look she got when she spotted a sale at Nordstrom